Okay, so until recently, I sat as the co-chair of all of the ACM awards. There were some 37 committees that John White and I oversaw. I've stepped down from that. We have another co-chair. But I spent quite a few years scratching my head, trying to figure out how can we redress this problem. Well, there are two particular issues here. The first one is that there were fewer women taking computer science and therefore even eligible for consideration for some of these major prizes. And the second problem was getting them nominated. And we're trying to redress this problem two or three ways. The first one is giving much more visibility wherever we can to women who are succeeding in doing really high quality work in computer science. And I think we're making some progress there. The second thing is to make sure that the committees have representation for men and women and other ethnic components so that we get their points of view into the committee process. The third thing is to deliberately think about these committees that are the ones who award prizes rely on nominations that come in. They don't just make this up out of thin air. But this doesn't stop them from deliberating about, are there people that they know should be considered and should be nominated, and can they find someone to nominate them? We don't allow the committee members to make nominations because that would be a conflict of interest. But it's okay to find other people to make the nominations. And so we've been trying to prime the pump, so to speak, by having the committees pay more attention to encouraging nominations, in accordance with this broad desire to have all the people represented that should be.
Great.
So I still worry that the stereotypes of various professions are very badly skewed. And so there was an experiment was done today or yesterday when some of the laureates went to the schools. I went to one of the high schools where one of the laureates asked the students, the high school students, gymnasium here, if they would draw a picture of a scientist. Every single picture was male. Every single one. Well, that was disappointing, but the person who asked the question had the opportunity to point out how terribly skewed that was and how wrong it was. Now, I can tell you in other professions besides mathematics and computer science, we do see a significant shift. So I was sitting at graduation ceremonies at University of Southampton about 2 years ago, and they had the computer science people, and there were one or two women, and there were the mathematics people, and there were one or two women. Then came biology, and there were a whole bunch of women. So the sciences are more welcoming, apparently. Some sciences are more welcoming than others. Physics, lots of men, not so many women. So my view is that we should be thinking very hard about stereotypes, even to the point of going to places like Hollywood and saying, stop showing scientists as having crazy hair and white beards, and no hair, and white beards and a white coat, and let's show what real scientists look like. They don't all look like that. And so shifting the stereotype might help a bit as well.
Great, thank you.
So you can help. In fact, everybody in this room can help by trying to undo the stereotypes that people have in their heads about what makes a scientist. And it's not a Y chromosome. Okay, other questions? Yes, sir.
What do you think the future of internet is going to be? Well,
So so this is a very general question. What's going to happen next? Okay.
you choose the
Sure.